One more topic that I want to speak to you about is another bit of a broiling controversy. Um, as of late, I've seen quite a few posts on social media about how this mechanic or that mechanic took a for what it's worth, a condemned car or a completely destroyed vehicle and restored it. And I mean, how do these vehicles make it back onto the open road? Once once it's been kind of, once it has had once it's written off, so to speak. How do we? How does it? I mean, how does it hold together once it's back on the open road? I mean, clearly it may
You
not
mean
function
if it's
normally.
condemned?
Yes.
Is it? Okay.
Yes. I mean, once you put it back together, I'm assuming you can never get the structural integrity that the company made it with. So, what's your take on this?
You're correct again. It's a burning issue in Sri Lanka. When a car meets with an accident, cars meet with accidents. I mean, that's why there are safety features on cars, right? Once the structure is deformed, structure එක chappa වෙලා crumple zone smash වෙලා chassis එක damage වෙලා pillars damage වෙලා ඒ වගේ වුණොත් කාර් එකක් පාට දාන්න සුදුසු නැහැ. ඉතින් බොහෝ දුරට ඉන්ෂුරන්ස් කම්පැනි වලින් ඒ වාහනේ ලංකාවෙන් කියන්නේ කන්ඩෙම් කරනවා කියලා. එතකොට ඉන්ෂුර් කරපු එක්කෙනාට ක්ලේම් එක ලැබෙනවා. ඒතකොට යා කාර් එක ඉන්ෂුරන්ස් කම්පැනිට බාර දෙනවා. ඊට පස්සේ වෙන්නේ ඉන්ෂුරන්ස් කම්පැනිෙන් ඕක වෙන්දේසි කරනවා.
ඒ වෙන්දේසි යන්නේ පොතත් එක්කද නැත්නම් වාහනේ විතරද?
පොතත් එක්ක. හරි. දැන් මේකේ කැටගරිස් දෙකක් තියෙනවා. එක කැටගරි එකක් තියෙනවා they say repairable condemned. Okay? තව කැටගරි එකක් තියෙනවා if someone has died and or if it's gone like from the bonnet to the C pillar, then they cancel the registration with RMB. හැබැයි repairable condemn කියලා වෙන්දේසි කරන එක I don't agree with that.
Repairable condemn කියන එකත් isn't it a bit of an oxymoron? I mean, if it's condemned, it can't be repaired.
Exactly. දැන් claim එක ගෙවනවා නම් ඒ කියන්නේ they have said this is the total loss.
Correct.
Okay. Now I have spoken to insurance companies with this, the technical staff. They agree with me.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Frankly, I can't mention names, but of course, they know who they are, and I hope they will watch this. But they agree with me. So the problem is they auction these off. So unscrupulous sellers buy these cars. This is what happens. They buy the car, they get whatever parts required, they cut the car or they straighten the car out. Now the latest trend is cutting the car, and so that it's even harder to find the accident, and they think it will perform the way the manufacturer intended. They may be misinformed. They may be unaware of the actual mechanics of it because they are not technician. So the garage person does his job because he has to make a living. You can't blame him. He gets a job, you do your job, right? So they put this car back together and it goes on the road. Then it comes for a car check. Then we see that it's been cut and it fails our report and they wonder why. Because structurally it's not safe. That's the global standard. That's the industry standard. So it's a huge responsibility on the insurer's part and on the user's part if it's not insured. If you can't afford to insure the car, you better not run it. Right? Then, because accidents happen and no one expects an accident. So then if that accident happens and it's a total loss, you get your money back. From the insurance company side, if the car is condemned, what I think they should do is cancel the registration with RMB and then auction the car off. Then it can be taken for parts or scrap metal, which has a huge market as well. All these problematic cars will slowly go off our roads. The statistics, I have spoken to the insurance companies, are astronomical if you look at the amount of cars being condemned a year. So all those, basically each insurer condemns about at least 20 cars a week.
A week?
Yeah. So you are looking at thousands of cars a year being auctioned and coming back on our roads, which should not be on our roads. What right do I have to say that? Because if, for example, you take insurance company X, they condemn a car, they auction it off. You take that car after repairing it and go back to that company and say, can you insure it for me, please? They say, no, this car was condemned. But you go to insurance company Y, they will insure it. So why won't company X insure it if it's resellable or repairable? Because there's liability there, right? So there are so many things that are happening in the market that shouldn't happen. So actually, it's the car sale guy that gets affected because people are now checking cars. They check with the agent or check with us, frankly. Right. So because people know. So no, if it's condemned, we are going to say it's condemned. So will the agent. So where is the recourse? Because it goes from hand to hand. So each person has to commit a fraud to sell that car on, because it's a massive investment they make, be it 1 billion rupees or 5 billion rupees.
Yes.
You know? Does it answer your question?
That's quite well actually, yes. So to take a gist of it, it's always safer to have a car check. These are the reasons why we need to get our cars checked, because we don't know what we're buying. And no matter how closely we have a look at it, or if we even take a mechanic or someone to have a look at a car that we're buying, we may never be able to see the spot welds or the places where the car has been cut or welded together, or whether the chassis is the right length or not. And these are things that you can check for us.
Absolutely.
So this is once again why, I mean, even I do believe quite firmly that a car should undergo even a regular checkup every once in a while to know what's wrong. And even Jan can even help you with maintaining your car in case you need to know what has worn out over time. It's probably worthwhile getting it checked maybe once a year or so.
Yeah, I would say after about 20,000 kilometers, it's prudent to check your car at least every year, after about 80,000 every 6 months or so, or 10,000 kilometers, because more and more things go more frequently then,
Right.
Because there is wear and tear. Yes, you should check your cars before you buy. I myself don't check my own car when I buy. I'll tell you the reason for that. It may be useful for our viewers, because once I go to look at a car, I have already convinced myself that that's a good car and that I love it because I'm interested in the car. So I have made all the justifications, financial justifications, whatever, transport, economical justifications, enthusiast justifications. What I do is I get my partner, Deshan De Silva, he's our chairman and director as well, or our manager or one of our staff to check the car for me, because I have already decided that I love the car.
Correct.
And you will be surprised at how many cars that I have rejected because they have checked. So it's always better to get third person's opinion, because then you get an unbiased opinion, myself included.
Right.
So I have to practice what I preach.
This is true. This is true. It's actually quite a good insight right there. Not to check your own car.
Yeah. You shouldn't check your own car.
Exactly. And on that note, Jan, thank you so much. It has been a pleasure to have you. And we'll see you again soon. And Jan is, of course, on board the Limitless Loyalty Rewards program. And if you are a member, he will be happy to sort you out. If you're not, you should log into limitless.lk and follow the steps, and we'll be glad to help you. Hi, everyone. Thank you for watching. And I'd like to take a moment to thank our media partner, MediaWise Studio. And also, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to our YouTube channel and like this video. And also click on the bell icon below so you get notifications whenever we go online. Thank you, and build, drive, inspire.